It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Well, for Milwaukee, their hometown fans are anxious and excited to cheer them on, and they've been eagerly awaiting this moment all summer long. You know they want to give their best performance and pick up a big W tonight. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, I don't know, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before. Kenny has said it many times. It could be one of the best seasons we've seen in a while, including what Golden State did last year and winning the ring.
That was an incredible run. But some teams that looked unstoppable last year will start to show some cracks in their armor. But the other teams that didn't look like much on paper last year, beginning this season, are now looking like they will surprise.
And that is it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports Group.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. You can feel the energy here in the BMO Harris Bradley Center. The Bucks looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. And this matchup with the Knicks, hard to believe, just the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Not a lot of competition, really. I mean, they're playoff caliber and took care of business against a team that wasn't playoff caliber and maybe still isn't.
So the New York starting five. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon. Then there's Aflalo. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot.
And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th-place finish in that Eastern Conference?
The Bucks shooting their first free throw of the night. We talk about players who don't get a lot of recognition that probably deserve some. For me, Chris Middleton, Clark.
He's at the top of the list in that regard for me too, Kevin. I mean, really a revelation for the Bucks the last couple of years. He's a really good all-around forward who can do everything well.
Now here's Carter Williams. Shot clock at 6. The 8-footer. Jump shot is good.
And Middleton has improved every year as well. Added the 3-point shot after the rookie season, which made him very tough to deal with offensively.
We'll go to Dorisburg, who spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. Doris, what's the news there?
Coach told me they're hoping to overcome the problems a player like Carmelo Anthony presents to defenses. He said Melo's combination of strength, size, and skill set make it very difficult to keep him from scoring each trip down the floor. What he is hoping for is to throw different looks at Melo to keep him out of his rhythm and to try to work from there.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
And for Middleton, adding that 3-point shot was huge. I mean, not only can he keep teams honest outside, but he hits over 40% of his shots from beyond the arc.
Passes it to Carter Williams. Monroe dishes to Antetokounmpo. tries from 16, and the rebound goes to Lopez. For New York, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here is Calderon. He feeds it to Aflalo. That 3 off the mark.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Middleton, the pass to Carter Williams, dishes it to Parker. Poked away. Parker sets the screen for Carter Williams. The pass to Parker. Here's Monroe. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Now, here's Calderon. Lopez outside. And Aflalo kicks to Lopez. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Antetokounmpo running.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. The Bucks have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road. I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
Now here's Aflalo. Here's Porzingis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries to snap the cold streak. The Knicks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. The first one falls. A different look for Milwaukee. Plumlee comes in for Monroe, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. And New York with a change here, too. Galloway's checked in. He hits both from the stripe.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
Bayless dishes to Antetokounmpo. Here's the screen. Middleton the pass to Bayless. Antetokounmpo against Anthony. Antetokounmpo kicks to Plumlee. And O'Quinn sends it back. Aflalo goes in. Here's Galloway. New York moving it around. Aflalo dishes to Carmelo. It's Solomon to Antetokounmpo. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And that one's good. Knicks trail by 3. Galloway the pass to Anthony. Pass to Porzingis. Anthony, no one around. Gets to the corner and buries it.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. For 3, Middleton. Shot is off. So New York will take it the other way.
And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? I mean, always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league.
Clock is at 3. Here's Anthony. Again, the miss by Anthony.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
To the middle. And for Chris Middleton last season, he went up in points, assists, rebounds, but went down in turnovers.
Boy, what an improvement for this young man. A late bloomer. I liked him when he was at Texas A&M, still growing into his body, playing with great confidence, and he can spray that thing from 3. I like his promise.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Here's Parker. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
It's tipped. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Bucks lead by 3. And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
Milwaukee leading by 3.
And I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season. But to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Bucks, Antetokounmpo is out there with John Henson. Then it's Greg Monroe. Then it's Michael Carter-Williams. And it's Mayo in at the 2-guard. For the Bucks, their improvement, usually you see incremental progress. Even after losing key players, Clark, they shot up the standings.
And part of that, Kevin, was just growing as a team, coming together, and also improving the roster. Another part was that they were better than their record showed 2 years ago. Player development is part of the improvement.
Shots good by Williams.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
And for Milwaukee, their shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Henson with the screen. Carter-Williams kicks to Henson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
So a moment now to see the story on Michael Carter-Williams. A very nice season for him last year. Last year averaged 14 points per game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
For sure. Great anticipation. Peripheral vision is there. Natural talent as well. Really shining through.
Okay, gentlemen. 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year. Just lacked any real presence in the paint. And lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
And he sinks the second. You know, with the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries. It seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know, with that poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination.
Now here's Williams. He kicks to Grant. The feed to Calderon. Some nice passing by New York here. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Lopez. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Bucks leading by 4. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and it had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his teams.
just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Good. Monroe's got his second basket of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Calderon. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Down low. Lopez kicks to Calderon. Shot clock at 5. Lopez a screen. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Now here's Henson. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. The drive by Monroe. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Henson. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And so it's New York with it after the basket by Milwaukee. And he gets the bucket.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Bucks leading by 8.
And you guys, he was once considered a tweener, but now I think Derrick Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Calderon against Mayo. Now here's Calderon. Tight defense on him. And there's the 3-second violation.
And a chance to check out the stats for Henson. Last season's performance for him. He put up about 7 points a game, just over 2 blocks and 4 rebounds. And his defensive presence inside, not to be overlooked. He builds a wall around the basket.
You know, over this last whole stretch of games, I mean, he's been shutting down the lane with absolute authority.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for the Knicks. Flalo comes in for Grant. Screen by Monroe. Thomas against Henson. Back to Carter Williams. The shot by Middleton, wide open. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Calderon. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway, he had to adapt.
Yeah, that's a great fadeaway to ball from, for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier.
And the Bucks with some changes. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Parker comes in for Henson. And Jared Bayless subbed in for O.J. Mayo. And then for New York, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez. Porzingis comes in for Thomas. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him. But with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen. Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And Getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big three to compete for a championship, and for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half, and when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day, and that's really what Carmelo did.
Bucks leading by 10. Plumlee sets the pick for Carter Williams. Kicks it down to Middleton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Bayless's shot is off. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. Aflalo outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Aflalo's got 6 points.
They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Yeah, they've got a little bit more pep in their step as they start to put together some rhythm.
Now here's Carter Williams. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's Parker. Plumlee with the screen. Clock at 6. Parker dishes to Bayless.
We'll see if they can make some adjustments at halftime to try to get him some easier looks and get him on track.
Galloway, the pass to Anthony. It'll count. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
That's superb clock management there, maximizing every second of the clock in that situation. Well done.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Bucks ahead, leading by 5. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yo, Carmelo, after this first half of play, what do you believe the team needs to focus on from here on out?
Well, just communication and trusting one another. When somebody get beat, the next guy got his back, and we're just trying to get up and down, get going some way, somehow. For the most part, we did pretty good. A couple of adjustments on the defensive end. Make some shots and we'll be fine.
Melo, thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. The 3 E's, Shaq. That's all I got to say. They've avoided turning the basketball over, and that's a recipe for success. Now, here's how they do it. By sacrificing the highlight reel plays, you get good looks, and those home run plays will still come.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
I like to see them create more points in the paint. The problem nowadays is that defenses can sag in, take away angles for entry passes, quickly double. So you got to be creative. Inside screens, back cuts, drive and dish. You need to do whatever it takes to get the guy open.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Greg Monroe with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Just a dominating performance in the post by him so far, just tearing them to shreds when he gets it inside.
Yeah, and getting it to him is the only hard part, fellas. I mean, once he has it, he's automatic. Forget about it. He can do work down there.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Kurt Rambis. Calderon is out there with a Aflalo. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Porzingis in at the 4 slot. Now here's Calderon. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. New York needs to get off a shot. Parker with the steal. and it's denied. They recover it. Here's Carter Williams, and the shot is good. Carter Williams has got his second bucket.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Pass to Porzingis. With the fadeaway. And the shot falls short this time. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
Knicks trail by 12. Calderon kicks to Anthony. Inside. To halt the run. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Knicks have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. That free throw good from Anthony.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what seed would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
Both free throws good from Anthony. And with that whole concept of playoff reseeding, so often we'll see a 2nd or 3rd seed team get a 6th or 7th seed team in the 2nd round. Meanwhile, Greg, the top seed plays the 4th seed no matter what.
You know, I think in a few cases it would have made a major difference in how the playoffs would have played out. And quite frankly, I think it also puts more value on the regular season if that #1 seed could play a 7th seed, if you will, in the 2nd round. So I think that's something that the commissioner and the competition committee might want to reassess.
Now here's Monroe. 10 points for him. Oh, that's blocked. Aflalo left side. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Well, Clark, what can you say about the Knicks last season? They had a lot of trouble on their road trips, among other things.
Well, especially on the road. I mean, only managed to get 7 road wins on the season, Kevin.
And for the Knicks last season, they actually shot decently on the road. They just didn't play any defense, and that's kind of what did them in.
Well, you know, going back to the Knicks on the road, they just forgot to defend the 3-point shot. I mean, they had the worst 3-point field goal percentage defense, with their opponents making 40% of their threes against them. That was the worst in the league.
He doesn't get the second one.
Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking them down today.
One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up. He can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer. And at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
Now here's Calderon. Greg Monroe unable to get his shot to go. And here's Anthony for 3. It's rebounded by Carter Williams. Bucks leading by 10. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Parker outside. Plays it up and banks it in. Parker's got his second bucket of the night.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one 3-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
Here's Aflalo. Jabari Parker making his last shot. Porzingis can't hit.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Carmelo Anthony. The Bucks have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter, 4 of 8. Lopez against Monroe. Parker right side. And Monroe kicks to Carter Williams. 4 on the clock. Lets it go from 14.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Henson comes in for Parker. O.J. Mayo is checked in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Carter Williams. And then for New York, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. Knicks trail by 6. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Thomas checked in for the Knicks. And there's a minute 45 left in the third quarter. On its way from a follow for 2. No good off the front iron.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
Here is Bayless. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Antetokounmpo kicks to Henson. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists now tonight. Knicks trail by 8. And here's a Flalo. He's got 9. He dishes it to Galloway. O'Quinn with it. Working on Plumlee. 6 to shoot. O'Quinn the pass to Thomas. Outside Williams. Fires from the line. Here's O'Quinn. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And a chance here to check out how the Bucks ranked in the NBA last season. First in steals, 3rd in points off turnovers. And they also showed up in the top 5 in opponent field goal percentage. A very improved defensive team.
And I really feel like they fed off their pressure defense. You mentioned all the steals. That got them out in the open court and created easy opportunities offensively.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. The Knicks making a switch here. Grant's checked in. And so O'Quinn nails both of them. Bucks leading by 6. Here's Henson, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Here's Galloway, guarded by Mayo. Galloway kicks to O'Quinn. To the middle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Grant. New York, no good that time either.
And this should be the last possession of the quarter.
Exactly. I'm right with you there, Greg. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. Make sure you get the last shot here.
And Thomas with the stuff.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And we've reached the end of the third. Bucks lead by 6. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Knicks trail by 6. They've got Chris Middleton. Carter Williams is out there with Jared Bayless. Then it's Jabari Parker. And it's Monroe in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. The drive by Anthony. And he gets it to go. Anthony's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Knicks.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And the Knicks making a change here. Aflalo's checked in.
One shot. One shot.
Free throw no good for Parker. And Jabari Parker is a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Clark, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both showed they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had the ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's Bayless. The Knicks pull it in.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
And when you compare Wiggins and Parker, really 2 different types of players. I mean, Wiggins has that unmatchable athleticism. Parker beats you with an incredible skill and passion. Also, tremendous maturity for such a young player.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. 2 on the clock. Here's Carter Williams. And the Bucks miss again.
And, you know, going back to Parker versus Wiggins, guys, I mean, that debate could last a long time. Both guys have the look of perennial all-stars. It could be the number of championship rings that ultimately separates them.
Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
That free throw good from Porzingis. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait 1 more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and he'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call. Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Middleton against the Flalo. Middleton right side. Feeds to Carter Williams. Again, Carter Williams missing. Knicks trail by 4. Here's a Flalo, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Carter Williams kicks to Parker. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
Free throw good by Parker.
Parker has been all kinds of problems for him. He has 8 points and the 1 steal.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. When you look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
And it's blocked. To take the lead, and it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
For Milwaukee, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the 4th quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Here's Parker. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Knicks.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And the second free throw, good.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Greg Monroe with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Kurt Rambis had some advice for the team in that last break. As this game enters winning time, and it really could go either way, he wanted the chance to check in, make sure they're all on the same page, and sticking to the game plan to close it out. Kevin?
Anthony dishes to Afflalo. Lopez a screen. Here's Porzingis. And he gets the bucket. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, beautiful play on the interior. They're just using the height advantage to lay the ball up and in when they really needed that basket.
Carter Williams kicks to Parker, and it's blocked.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Porzingis passes to Calderon. New York moving the ball around. Here's Porzingis, covered by Parker. Deep 2 from Anthony. That one off the back iron and out.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Middleton outside. Carter Williams dishes to Middleton. Anthony against Antetokounmpo. And the Bucks miss again. New York with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Calderon kicks to Anthony. Anthony missing again.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
From the baseline. And again, the Bucks miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. Stolen by Middleton. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
And Michael Carter-Williams gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. On defense, the Bucks. Outside Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. Rejected by Monroe. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're losing by 2. 7 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
And it all comes down to this. Still enough time on the clock that they should be able to get a real good look.
Yeah, and in this case, you debate often. You hear guys debate whether to take a 2 for the tie or a 3 to win. In my case, with this situation, I think you go hard inside and see if you can get a good shot in close.
So a close game sees New York take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Carmelo, how were you able to take control of this game and pull out the win here tonight?
We willed our way to this win. It wasn't easy. We knew it was going to be a battle. But they came back, made some runs. We stuck with it, and we won the game tonight.
Carmelo, thank you. Kevin, sometimes it's more about the will than the skill.
All right, Doris, thank you. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan player of the game. He was the steady and reliable hand throughout the game tonight, stepping into more of a leadership role in this performance tonight.
He was a staunch defender tonight, especially around the basket. He put up some serious resistance. He racked up 6 blocks and changed plenty of the rest.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.